Marc Casado's name has been whispered in transfer corridors for weeks. Rival clubs, sensing opportunity, have tested the waters with tempting offers, betting that Barcelona's crowded midfield and fair play struggles might force the youngster's hand. On paper, it makes sense. With Gavi, Pedri and de Jong commanding starting roles and Marc Bernal now back from injury, Casado's route into the first team looks like a tightrope walk over roaring waters. But Casado isn't interested in taking the easy way out. Since joining the club in 2016, his vision has been singular: to fight, to earn and to cement his place in Barcelona's senior side. This is not a player intimidated by the names ahead of him. If anything, he sees them as benchmarks, daily reminders of the level he must reach. While many would see a crowded pecking order as a wall, Casado views it as a ladder. Every training session a rung that takes him closer to his goal. Offers from abroad have been met with polite acknowledgement, nothing more. Gratitude, yes. Movement, no. For now, his gaze remains fixed on the Camp Nou, his commitment as unshakable as when he first pulled on the Barcelona shirt as a teenager. It's a mindset that has become rare in modern football. The trend is clear: young players chase minutes, money and guaranteed roles in leagues where the pressure is lighter. Casado is charting a different course, one that recalls an older era when patience and perseverance were as vital as talent. He's already walked this path before. Under Xavi Hernandez, opportunities were scarce and offers to leave were more than tempting. He could have taken a leap to another club, found regular football, perhaps even boosted his profile faster. Instead, he stayed put, grinding through training sessions, waiting for his chance. When it finally came under Hansi Flick, he made it count. Casado's choice to remain now speaks volumes about his mentality. It's not stubbornness for its own sake, it's belief. He believes that his growth will be sharper in Barcelona's demanding environment than in a less competitive setup. He believes that rubbing shoulders with world-class midfielders will raise his game to the point where Flick won't be able to overlook him. And perhaps most importantly, he believes in the long game, in the idea that when his breakthrough moment arrives, it will mean more because of the road travelled. For Barcelona, this loyalty is a double-edged sword. On one hand, retaining a homegrown talent with this level of commitment is a dream scenario for a club built on the Masia's ethos. On the other, it places a responsibility on the coaching staff. They must eventually reward this perseverance with meaningful minutes or risk wasting a player who has shown both potential and devotion. In an era where financial fair play constraints force every squad decision under a microscope, keeping Casado could prove a masterstroke or a missed opportunity, depending on how the season unfolds. The competition he faces is no joke. Gavi's relentless energy, Pedri's silken vision, De Jong's composure and control. These aren't just teammates, they're some of the best midfielders in Europe. Casado has to be ready to slot in seamlessly when called upon, and that requires a constant state of readiness. That's why his training sessions, even when not followed by a matchday appearance, are treated with the same intensity as a Champions League fixture. He's playing the long season, knowing that injuries, suspensions and rotations are inevitable. When that door opens, even briefly, he intends to burst through it. This personal battle is about more than minutes. It's about identity. For a player raised in La Masia, Barcelona isn't just an employer, it's a proving ground, a place where talent is expected to be matched by resilience. Casado's journey is becoming a quiet reminder of what the academy has stood for through decades of football evolution. It's easy to talk about loyalty and club culture, it's harder to live it when lucrative offers arrive on your doorstep. Fans have taken notice, even if his name doesn't yet dominate headlines. There's a respect for players who choose the hard road, who resist the lure of shortcuts. In Casado's case, every decision, every refusal to leave builds a narrative that supporters can connect with, the underdog who refuses to bow even when the odds are stacked. As the season rolls forward, eyes will remain fixed on the midfield rotation. Every lineup Hansi Flick announces will be scrutinized for signs that Casado's moment is near. If he gets that chance and delivers again, the decision to stay will be hailed as foresight. If not, the whispers of a what-if will grow louder. But for now, Casado is clear. Barcelona is where he belongs, and he will not be pushed out. And maybe, just maybe, that refusal to surrender will turn out to be the very thing that earns him his place in the history of the club he calls home.